Welcome back to another episode of DIY with Andy and Candy. We're so glad you're here.
And today we're talking all things sanders. So which one is which, when to use them, and some other handy tips as well.
If you've already looked around, you've likely realised there's so many different types of sanders, and each one is designed to tackle the job in slightly different ways.
We have a sander to suit every project you can think of, from fine detail sanding right through to extreme heavy duty tasks. Let's go through what kind of work they can do, and then you can decide which one is right for you.
This one here is an Orbital sander, and the base plate will come in many shapes and sizes, but it doesn't matter what shape or size the base is, it will always be doing a small orbital action. This means the grain of sand will be doing little circles on top of the surface.
It's not designed to remove lots of material, it's more the one that you would use if you want to smooth and even out surfaces.
Most multifunction tools like this one are great for getting into corners and are also oscillating sanders. They're a great tool to have as they are capable of removing quite a bit of material and can prepare your timber surface for a final hand sanding.
The random orbital sander is one of the best all-rounders. This is because it's basically the same as the orbital, but it has an added bonus of an offset rotation on the base. This essentially means that every grain follows its own path, so ultimately you have the smoother finish. Change the paper and speed on the tool to achieve faster material removal, as well as that cool, smooth finish you're after. I really think this should be in everyone's DIY kit for sanding.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we've covered mid to fine sanding work, but what about some heavy duty sanding?
This is where belt sanders make an appearance. They're named after the belt-shaped sandpaper, which is easy to remove and replace with varying grits. A belt sander is designed to strip and remove a lot of material fast and is definitely not for finishing. Think sanding floorboards or furniture with lots of imperfections or dents. This belt sander has a lock-on switch. So if it was locked on and I plugged it in, turned it on, the belt sander would run away from me. You need to keep this one on a nice flat surface and be ready for it when it tries to run away from you in the direction of the belt. It's very important that you have the right stance and have a firm grip on this one.
Another heavy duty option is the sander polisher, and this one's battery operated, so it's portable, a personal favourite of mine. It has a flexible disc, which is great for sanding curvy features such as weatherboards. It also has a variable speed dial, which makes it suitable for buffing and polishing cars. Next up, we've got the specialty sanders.
First up, the Drywall Sander. This sander is designed to sand down plasterboard to a fine finish. So what makes this one different is it has the ability to keep that super fine plasterboard dust away from the moving parts of the motor, as motors don't really like this dust. So this is the go-to tool for sanding down all those household walls. As you can see, the base on this has a larger surface area, which is just the right size to cover a plasterboard joint.
A rotary tool is an incredibly versatile tool, and it often comes in kits like this with heaps of different attachments and accessories. One that's often overseen are these mini drum style sanders. Simply slide it onto its attachment and you're ready to start sanding down to finer detail. Pair this up with the flexible shaft for greater control and precision.
For harder to reach heavy duty stripping, for example, if you're restoring dining chairs or have a piece of timber with tricky shapes, a file sander is best. Simply put, it's a small, more agile belt sander.
You can also find Benchtop style disc sanders too, for the true craftsman looking to shape their creations or those who need to clean up rough bandsaw or jigsaw cuts. The mini bench disc sander is ideal, featuring an adjustable work table and a handy miter guide.
Get into Bunnings and check out the sanding accessories. There's even a bit in there that can turn your trusty drill into a sander. Or even your angle grinder can be an aggressive sander by just adding a flap disc. Hope this rundown helps you find the right sander for your next project. For more tool tips and product know-how, join us by subscribing to the Ozito YouTube channel and like this video.
We can't wait to see your DIY sanding project. We'll see you next time.